Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Just the Bet Slips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only every single day, whether it's by video or by live stream like it is today, and that is the hot tips to help your bet slips. Pat is in his mansion right now. I don't know if you guys knew this. He is the secret Arkansas Powerball winner. If you didn't know, sorry everybody. If you didn't know, now you know. No, I'm kidding. He's not. He wishes he was. Just like all of America wishes he was, except for the guy who did win it. Shout out to that guy. Listen, my brother. Can I get like 10 G's? That'd be great. That'd be awesome. You know,
that's the show. Yeah, he's watching.
Underneath,
he's obviously watching.
He's clearly watching. He has to be watching.
No
he is one of the 14 people that are live with us. But we are here on a great show today, and we appreciate everybody jumping in. Some stuff that we got to talk about. One, week 18, the madness that's about to finish out. Two, if you have a bet that you put in the chat, Pat's got something for you. So just throw that out there. He'll message you on X or on YouTube and get you all set up. But yeah, we got the bets. We got everything coming in for week 18. Really appreciate everybody jumping in. But before we do anything else, let me go. C Money will be back here with us in a minute. He had to go, take care of something. But we'll hit with the disclaimer. First off, we are not professional gamblers. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Number two, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford and only bet what you can afford to lose is the single greatest piece of advice I've ever given/been given. And number three, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help if you need it. If you or a loved one is having trouble with gambling addiction, please send them to 1-800-GAMBLER so they can get the help and resources they need to get out of gambling addiction. That is not just the sports books, that is the casino, that is the pony racing, that is back alley street dice. I'm talking to you, Rob. Any gambling addiction you have, make sure you go and check out 1-800-GAMBLER to get out of your problem gambling. So those are the three things that we have. One, we're not professional gamblers. Two, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. And three, utilize 1-800-GAMBLER if gambling addiction has become a problem for you. We're not affiliated with or sponsored by any specific sportbook, but we are sponsored by Nevin Eyewear. And there's a link in the description. It's right here on YouTube. It is also in the chat on the X machine. If you use that link, you get 30% off or buy one, get two free using that link. You're going to tell them, essentially that link's just telling them we sent you there. You can get some amazing sunglasses like the ones that Pat has on, like the ones I have on right now. Polarized lenses, incredible. You also get a lifetime warranty and a loss guarantee on your sunglasses. So make sure you check out Nevin Eyewear. Never not odd or even. It's Nevin. And we appreciate them for being the first sponsor of Just the Bet Slips, and will always be one of our best sponsors, and we appreciate them. We are not affiliated with a sports book, perhaps, but we are affiliated with Player Profit, and Player Profit is essentially a challenge system in which case you buy a account with fake monies, and then if you beat the two challenges, you get real monies. Is essentially what happens. I said monies just because I want to make it kind of a little less, blah. But that is Player Profit. They've got videos. They've got things that you can check out, so you can see exactly what goes on with those. But I think Rob dropped his Let's see here. Yeah, he's got his best bet here, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him up for the best bet, and then we'll come on back. So, Rob, hit us up. What's the best bet of the day today, my guy?
What is going on, just the BetSlips family? This is Professor Parley coming with the best bet of the day. We hit our best bet yet again. Hit it again yesterday. Feeling good about that. We actually hit it multiple times because the line changed. I bet it both times. We're gonna run it back. I kind of talked about this on 750 Club. I'm going Lions, Bears over 50.5. This is a matchup of two explosive offenses and two weak defenses. This should be a shootout start to finish. Detroit's D has allowed 41, 29, and 31 over the last three games, and the Bears are coming off a 42-38 shootout versus the 49ers. Give me the over to hit easily today. We get this at minus 110. Feel pretty good about this hitting. Couldn't tell you who's going to win this game, but I do think this is going to be pretty high scoring. I think this could get in the 60s, maybe even the 70s, depending on how crazy this gets. There's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. So go ahead and select the over 50.5 in the Lions-Bears game. These are the hot tips for your bet slips. Parlays coming soon.
Whoop! Forgot to unmute myself. There it is. Lions and Bears over 50.5. You're getting it minus 110 there. Yeah, I feel like this game's going to be high scoring. You're going to see it here in a little bit. Yeah, so, yeah, we're there. We're in. Bears and Lions over 50.5, big time. And C-Money's back, so we got him back in here. But, yes, that's the best bet presented by Player Profit. Appreciate that. Lions and Bears, oh, my.
Over. Damn it, you beat me.
And 0.5. Yeah, there you go. Just make sure you use the discount code JTBS at checkout if you want to go with Player Profit as your option. Now, it is available in more states than just regular sportsbooks. So if you're like, oh, but CJ, I'm not allowed to bet on this stuff. Yeah, check out Player Profit because they might be available in your state. They're available in 46 of the 50 states and one of the provinces of the United States. So hey, you can bet them everywhere. So go ahead and get Player Profit on board. Use JTBS at checkout. Get yourself 10% off of your package, and that's how you tell them that we sent you there. So there you go. JTBS at checkout for Player Profit. Next, certainly not least, it is the same name game. And Pat, you're gonna tell the people about the same name game.
I think you should just write lyrics you should just write songs for you to sing for every segment.
Are you telling me I should be
little jingles for each segment?
Yeah, little.
So you're telling me I should be oh shoot, what's his face? Charlie Sheen's character from 2.5 Men.
Yeah, just writing jingles.
Yes.
Yeah, just writing jingles. That should be my job. 10-4. I'm on it.
Well, you have a lot of homework to do, so whatever. But anyway, yeah. So it's last week of the season. It's the last time I'll be able to do this. I believe this hit last week, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it hit like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it hit last week.
Yeah,
it hit two plus touchdowns last week, by the way.
We're officially hot. We're
back to
officially
back.
hot. Give me the Jamar and the Brown of the Chase variety to score a touchdown together today. As you can see, decent odds there, 2.5 to 1. And then, this one is ETN. I fully expect, and then the Kelsey. And I'm not going to get emotional because I'm not a Chiefs guy, but this could be the last game we ever see of one of the best tight ends that ever lived, and that's definitely not hyperbole. Like you would think that they're going to try and get him in the end zone. If it is perhaps his last. I think as a gambling man, if I had to bet on it, I would say
It needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he what else does he need to do? Nothing at all, and he's got one of the richest people in the world as his fiance. Like, just go enjoy your spoils. And but it has been not a Chiefs guy, but I think you guys both agree. Literally one of the greatest tight ends that ever lived, and it's not even really a question.
I mean, he's okay.
He's top 10.
He's top 5. He's top 5.
There was a lot of really, really good tight ends.
Name 5 tight ends better than Travis Kelce.
Tony Gonzalez, Gates. God, it's so early to think.
Yeah,
I mean, he does more Super Bowls than all of them.
I would say Jimmy Graham is in that conversation.
Jimmy Graham.
Oh no, not a chance.
Jimmy Graham's
Not a
career
chance.
got cut short, dude.
But it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
for sure.
But longevity matters. Longevity matters.
Coming from a
It
LeBron
does.
fan.
I mean, he's just the best. We're not going to do
We
that.
won't get it.
now.
We won't get
Next-
it. We won't get it.
we contractually can't do that ever on the show. So.
Well, I don't know if I ever signed that one.
Yeah.
You
I signed
signed
a
it.
couple.
I don't know where that was in my contract.
I just, you know, he. We're not gonna get into.
I'll say he's
I
there.
like
I'm
him,
saying
don't
I
like
can
him.
guarantee you right now he is a top 10 tight end to ever play the game.
Well, one of these days,
I can
I can almost guarantee he won't be first ballot Hall of Fame.
That's ridiculous. Yes, he will. I will bet you any amount of money you want to bet right now on that scene.
Ditka probably.
Gronkowski.
I said Gronk.
I
All right. Here's the deal.
Witten,
Here's the deal. On the next, which will probably be
Shannon
announced
Sharp.
on the next iteration of Pat's Grab Bag on our channels, which generally gets announced that day. Anybody is willing to come on and discuss tight ends.
Pause.
Well, yes, I was about to say.
Here's what I'll say. He's guaranteed top 10. I've just listed off 5 that I think are better than him in Gates, Gronkowski, Witten, Gonzalez,
Jason was
Sharp.
not better than Travis Kelce. I'm sorry. We can't stretch this out too long. But what do you think about the bet? How about that? Can we ask
I
what
do
you think about the bet?
The bet's good.
Bets are fine. I like the bets. It's the reason
Especially
why
his last game.
they're fine. There's no really reason to talk about the bets. They're good.
Thank you.
They're fine
appreciate
bets. Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
stay tuned for the next episode of Pat's Grab Bag, and maybe we'll dissect this.
We'll discuss some other stuff. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Next one is Only Scores.
Woo! This is my favorite. Besides
Just the
Homemade.
BetSlips proudly presents Only Scores. That's right.
I like
And
how.
Can
I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So because Jen and Rob put their picks in, and we had usually been doing it like with it would be the name of the guy, the odds, and then like their team and position. I like that they what they did was just put the guy, which is why I copied it, and I just did the guy and the odds, and then who had it. Yeah, I think that's cleaner. That's a lot cleaner.
It's cleaner. We know at this point where these guys.
And are we going to do the same thing that we were doing before, where like if they score, that it counts, but and then obviously
So we have the overalls, right? We have the overalls, and then we have the parlay. So like we will have essentially 6 bets today.
I got a round robin
because we have the parlay. I also have them round robin right
now.
So
right now.
Tank Bigsby is taking over the lead back role in Philly versus Washington. He can catch it out of the backfield. He runs hard. Heck, he was the number 1 back in Jacksonville before ETN kind of took that away from him, and that's the reason why he was able to be traded. But Tank Bigsby is going to find the end zone today. I have no doubt that he finds the end zone today at home. He already found the end zone once this year when Saquon went out with injury, and / we don't need to play him because they were already up by $1 billion. So Tank Bigsby finds the end zone. I really don't even need to really explain more about that. But Hollywood Brown, talk to us.
Yeah, this is one of the incentive ones. The incentive ones, Hollywood Brown with 1 touchdown today against the lowly Raiders wins $750,000. So that being said, if you want to parlay the 2 being Kelce and Brown to be the only 2 to score touchdowns for the Chiefs potentially, which I'm going to do right now that I said it. I would. I mean, he's got the incentive potentially. Kelce's last game, but yeah, give me. That's it. I think that especially when teams don't have anything to play for, they try to get guys money.
That's fair. Next is T. Higgins from C Money. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing the Browns today, which we all know the Browns have a good defense and all, but Joe's going to be slinging it like he always does, and he'll find Higgins at least once.
Fair. 100% fair. The only thing I worry about is Jamar Chase, but
I almost went I typed Ja, and I was like, we're gonna go T Higgins.
That's fair. Derrick Henry from Jen. I mean, it is his birthday, so that makes sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you gonna expect there?
And playing for a lot, obviously.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Yeah.
So night game. Yeah. No need to explain more. And then Bijan, is the Atlanta Falcons offense. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
probably presumptive offensive player of the year. That's it.
Yeah, it's definitely in the
That's
conversation. It was
hard to
between
not
him and
say.
Jonathan Taylor for a while there, and then
And I
Jonathan
think
Taylor's
Bijan
fallen
was,
off, and Bijan's
yeah.
had the recency bias. So yeah, I would expect that. But that's everybody at 52.65. You get
That's
them
what
all
I got it
together.
at. That's what I got it. I'm sure you
Yeah,
could
so you
get
got
it
it.
better.
I have
Yeah.
it. I have it at less. I bet it on Caesars. So I have it a
Oh,
little less,
I
mainly
keep
because
forgetting
Hollywood
to-
Brown isn't as much.
I keep forgetting to round robin that. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah, make sure you round robin it. I have it. I have it like 18 different ways on Caesars. I might have break the bank. But if all 5 of these guys hit, then I'm breaking the
We're
bank
looking good.
with Caesars.
Yeah,
So that's
looking
kind of the
good.
key. Come on, guys, score, get in the end zone, please, all of you. But yes, that is all the scores.
Today I will still be watching Red Zone
There you go.
because I'm just gonna bet a bunch of touchdowns and hope that they hit.
Hopefully they hit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But that is
That's where to
that.
do it.
Yeah.
Next.
Thank you. I agree.
Next bet. Yes. Yeah, this is my
Oh,
favorite.
my
slip,
favorite.
Personally.
This is our
All the
favorite.
doggos.
Yeah.
All the doggos with the underdog slip, and we got the Saints plus 4.5 today at minus 118. We're 1-1 on this slip this year. We went with the Saints because this game is literally meaningless for these two, but it means everything for the Bucks and Panthers, which is really funny. So I expect this game to be tight. Like I expect if Vegas has anything to say with stuff, I expect it to be tight. So that way they keep interest of both Carolina and Tampa Bay fans. Because if it's tight and because a tight game usually leads to like field goal wins, now we get 4.5. I just fully expect that to be the case.
Yeah. And first, I just want to add, Tyler Shock looks like he could be the starter, but at least get a chance to start next year. The Falcons have been the most confusing team in the NFL all season.
Funny you should mention that, Pat, because the in my power rankings this week, shameless plug for the Sports GPS podcast. Go check it out.
I need to hear them.
The category that the Saints were in is our quarterback is going to make us regret not taking a first round quarterback in the 2026 draft. It's the Saints and the Browns.
Yeah, because they're they're both gonna start Shador and Shuck respectively.
Next year.
And next I will say this: next year's draft class, quarterback wise, looks a little bit better than this one's, but there's some gems in this one that I think are going to be good NFL quarterbacks. So I mean that's a great ranking to put them in. But that to me that just means if this was 2.5, I'd probably shy away from it. But 4.5,
I would.
absolutely.
4.5, I think it's too much. I think it's too much. I think it's a field goal game. Either way, this is a field goal game.
Yeah.
And considering the Saints win in both scenarios of field goal game, in both match texts, then I'm good with the Saints plus 4.5. So that's the underdog slip today. And I think this line moved a lot just because of the fact that the Falcons beat the Rams last week.
Yeah.
I think if that doesn't happen, this line it's almost a pick 'em, to be clear.
And I think Bijan's going after like NFL records today.
Well, there's that too. I mean, whatever. Next, certainly not least, it's the hold my earrings bet. Kate Spade, and all her. Oh, she switched it up. Wow, Jen, look at you doing the Lord's work. Did she set? Yeah, there she's got them.
Yeah,
she's got. I got her videos now. Let's go ahead and bring up Jen, and so she can talk about the hold my earrings. Jen, what you got?
Good morning, Just the BetSlips family. This is Jen coming at you today with the Hold My Earrings bet. It's in the Cincinnati Browns game. Both teams are eliminated, but all my picks are for that game. We've got I've got Joe Burrow throwing 2 or more passing touchdowns. Myles Garrett getting 1 or more sacks. If he does get a sack today, he will hold the NFL single season record for sacks. And Evan McPherson scoring 6 plus. So that's plus 162, and that's today Hold My Earrings bet. Good luck.
There it is. Yeah, hold my earrings. Joe Burrow, 2+ touchdowns. Myles Garrett with a sack, and Evan McPherson, the kicker for the Bengals. Essentially 2 field goals or a field goal, 3 touchdowns, something along those lines. All he has to do is get 6. That's easy money. 162. I like that bet actually a lot.
Yeah,
What say
that's a
ye?
good bet. It's a good bet. I mean, obviously, unless something of the NFL gods comes down, I don't see Garrett not getting his at least 1 sack.
Oh, yeah, versus that pitiful defense, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, I think this hits pretty hard.
I do
There we
appreciate
go.
her dedication to the incentives.
Oh yeah, and she's been all about him for like 3 weeks now.
A couple
so
weeks now, yeah.
yeah, you know, big fan of. So, McP. That's how I'm putting it on
Yeah,
on the sheet here.
I'm trying to find it right now.
Where you at, McP?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't bet a lot of these things today because Fanatics has just taken away a lot of things today.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how I feel about sports books like holding.
Like, I pull up the
Yeah.
Cowboys game, and there's literally the only thing you can bet on is the game. Like,
Yeah,
you can't bet on anybody else.
what I didn't realize is the sports books very much pay attention to these incentives, and they don't want
Oh
people
yeah, but
taking
you
advantage of
can
them.
you can just make the odds worse. Like that. That's what
They
frustrates me. It's
they
like
try
just
to
make the
price you
odds
out of
worse.
it. Yeah, they try to price. Well, that's what they do. They're trying to price it so you don't want to bet it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like Javante needed like 60 yards or something, and I can't even bet it. Like,
Yeah, they're not even gonna.
yeah,
offer it,
you're
so.
right. And it's not even. It's like any sports book. I can't get anything except for
Oh
the
yeah,
line
Oh, they all do it.
they all
on
do.
yeah,
Giants Cowboys. That's crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Well, I
But
mean,
yes,
I understand it because I read that Dak's only going to play like part of the game, so that means probably only the starters are only going to play half the game. But that's fine. That should be on us if we decide to want to bet that.
I agree
yeah,
with that.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And
our
And
then-
money.
you still have the thing like it's still a risk to risk that these guys are actually. I mean, what's his face needed? Dowdle needed 1
Right.
touchdown for however many money, and he didn't even get like any opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like it's not guaranteed. It's just like I don't know. They're trying to take the fun out of the gambling in the last couple of weeks, which especially if you like lost your fantasy by like a point because of Bijan Robinson, and you're just like, hey, let me try and make some money. It's like they're really limited. I mean, we were able to get some of them, but that's a wild thing. I didn't realize because I didn't think about this last year when I was gambling. I did not think about the incentives at all.
Well, I've got a fun one because it's like anti-incentive for the next one, and the next one is the performance sub of the day, brought to you by the PD King. We missed yesterday because we were banking on Rico Dowdle to have a good game, and he kind of got shut down in the rain. But I'm going to take the backup quarterback that's playing for a lot today, and Tanner McKee to get 230+ passing and the Eagles money line today. Tanner McKee's going against the worst passing defense as far as yards in Washington this year. They're either 1 or 2 in the worst defense as far as passing yards against. And the Eagles still have something to play for, even though they're not playing starters, which is the 2 seed. If the Bears lose to the Lions and the Eagles win, they get the 2 seed. Which I think Nick Sirianni did the right thing by holding out guys. As an Eagles fan, I'm like, all right, well, like, and especially because the way Dan Quinn's been talking the last 2 weeks that he's got a vendetta, like he's trying to do the anti-body bag game against the Eagles here, or the opposite body bag game, because the Eagles did the body bag game versus Washington, so it would be the reverse of it. And I think that's what's like coming across here. And so Sirianni's like, I'm not going to get my starters hurt in a game. That doesn't mean we're in or out of the playoffs, just a 2 seed, and we need somebody else to win. Like if they controlled their own destiny, like win and they're the 2 seed, I think they would be starting their starters today. But because it's relying on a team that seems destined to be trash, and the Lions beating a Bears team that knows they need to win to keep the 2 seed, I think he's going with his backups. However, he still has one of the best backups in the league in Tanner McKee. We've seen it multiple times that when McKee has started and he's gotten starter practice reps, he's been phenomenal. Heck, against the Raiders, he had more yards in one drive than the Raiders had in their entire game. So, and it's still an NFL offense. I know the Raiders are trash, Pat, but like it doesn't matter the fact that he was in one drive had more yards of offense than what the Raiders had in the
Oh,
entire game.
I think that points to him being very solid, and I think both could be true. The Raiders could be
Yeah,
trash, and he
both
could
are
be very
true, but
solid.
like it's
Yeah.
still an NFL offense. Like the Raiders still had an NFL offense with a quarterback that had taken snaps in the Super Bowl and Kenny Pickett. Albeit it was a garbage time, but still he had taken snaps in the Super Bowl, which is more than which he can say more than Dak Prescott, more than Geno Smith, more than Sam Darnold, more than a bunch of quarterbacks in the NFL.
Kyler Murray.
He can say,
Very
he can
valid.
say he has taken snaps in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out Kenny Pickett,
And
except
so
not really.
that's something to be said, something to be talked about. But yes, Tanner McKee going against terrible offense, and Tanner McKee is also auditioning for a bunch of teams. Like he is auditioning to say, "Hey, I can be a starter for you next year for some teams that might be middle of the pack, worried about their quarterback situation, i.e., a Vikings team that might not believe in JJ McCarthy, i.e., a oh shoot, let's see here, maybe a Dolphins team that doesn't believe in Quinn Ewers, but they finish middle of the pack, so maybe they're not going to get one of the elite quarterbacks. Maybe a Colts team, as the Eagles and Colts have been trade partners for years. Ballard and Roseman have a good relationship, so like he's auditioning for a bunch of teams right now today to say, hey, I can be a starter. And so if that's the case, he's going to ball out today, and I expect the Eagles to win even with their backups versus a Washington team that is disheartened, trying to lose maybe even for good draft stock. I know Dan Quinn is going to rally the troops, but honestly, like it doesn't really matter because Dan Quinn's job is secure. Like he doesn't have to win today to keep his job tomorrow on Black Monday. So he's probably secretly telling his guys, hey guys, we lose this thing, we get a better draft pick, I'm okay with life. So I'm sure that's happening behind closed doors. I'm sure it is. Just like every single executive for the Raiders is telling the Raiders to lose today. So, that's where you're at. That's my performance double of the day. Tanner McKee, 230 plus passing, and the Eagles money line plus 204. What do y'all think?
I mean, it's solid.
I think the only thing you're worried about is the Eagles money line. I if I'm being completely honest, I think the 230 is easy. It's just, sometimes it's hard for your quote unquote second team to beat a team that, other than the quarterback position, is pretty much starting everybody, to my knowledge, in the Commanders.
Yeah, but they're also on their third string quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean they are, but he does shine here and there. So,
and the Dan Quinn thing, I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, unless it's been like publicly said, there's a chance he's not. I think he will be. Again,
there's no way. There's no way he gets fired.
Zero chance. But
I mean, he hasn't had his quarterback all season except for what, 4 games, maybe. I mean,
right.
I think that's
and they were 2-2 in those 4 games.
Right, and then your backup gets hurt, and then your backup got semi-injured. I mean, I don't see him losing his job over that. I could see if Jaden played all season.
Yeah, yes, correct. With a perfectly healthy team and a similar situation, he gets fired immediately. But
yeah, correct. Like if Jaden Daniels isn't gone and this team started out kind of okay and then fell apart the way they have, then 100%. He's on the hot seat. He might not get whacked, but he's definitely on the hot seat.
For sure.
His chair might as well be sitting on dry ice, dude, because there's no way on God's green earth he's getting fired. Zero chance.
No, that's fair. I was offering just a little bit of like a potential against the Eagles money line, like. No,
I get you. Yeah. No, the reverse body bag game or the backwards body bag game is 1,000% in play right now because of Dan Quinn's comments he's made over the last 2 weeks because the Eagles went for 2 in that first game when they were up big.
Yeah.
So
similar to a lot of games, divisional. They're not gonna just quit.
Correct. It's that 100% makes me nervous about the Eagles money line, but it's Tanner McKee and you name every Eagles backup. And they're solid. Could possibly be starting for some NFL.
McKee 230 is the lock. McKee 230 is the lock. That's all. That's
100%. Next, it's the 750 Club. We are making money at the 750 Club. There's one rule of Fight Club, and you don't tell anybody about Fight Club. There's one rule of the 750 Club. Tell everybody you see about the 750 Club. And Rob, what are we telling the people today?
What is going on, Josh, the BetSlips family? This is Professor Parley coming to you on Sunday morning. This is the first Sunday show I've missed all year. It's sad. Wanted to get my videos out to you today. We're going to start off with a monster 750 Club. Like I said, it's the last week of the regular season. We're going big for the last week in the 750 Club. We're going to start off with Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, Bill, as everybody knows him. Anytime touchdown. He scored in 3 straight, 4 touchdowns over the last 3 games. He's gone up to 8 touchdowns on the year, and he's playing a Eagles team who is sitting all of their starters. I feel like he can get in the end zone. He just found the end zone against the Eagles a few weeks ago. Gibbs, anytime touchdown. The Lions need to find their identity again. They were a team that went through Gibbs, and the last few weeks they've been struggling, and it's because they've gone away from that. They haven't been able to get him going. They're facing a Bears team who does not play that great defense, and I expect this game to be a complete shootout, much like the 49ers-Bears game was last week. I think there's going to be a lot of yards and a lot of scoring in this game on both sides. I see Gibbs finding the end zone today. Then we're going to go R.J. Harvey, anytime touchdown. He has scored in 4 of his last 5 games, 5 touchdowns over that span. The Chargers are also sitting all of their starters, and the Broncos are trying to clinch the number 1 seed. And then last, Travion Henderson. Last week, Ramondre Stevenson got the touchdowns. One was because it was on a long screen pass that he broke away. But Henderson had 19 carries. And with that kind of volume, I think he's going to be able to score on this Dolphins run defense that's ranked 24th in the NFL against the run. And the Patriots are playing for higher seeding, playing for the division. They have a lot to play for as well. We got this at plus 1488, and I had a boost. They got it all the way up to plus 1870. So like I said, we're going big today. I'm going to go ahead and throw in my only scores today since I won't be there to explain it. My only scores is Bijan Robinson today. I just think the Falcons have been playing pretty inspired the last few weeks, even though they have nothing to play for. Bijan Robinson's been playing out of his mind. He just had a monster game last week. I see him scoring against this Saints defense fairly easily. He maybe gets 2, but I'm definitely taking 1 for Bijan today for our only scores. That is your 750 Club and my only scores for today. Stay tuned for the best bet and for my parlays, which I have a lot of them. It's the last day of the NFL. I'm going big everywhere. These are the hot tips for your BetSlips.
Well, there it is, y'all. And again, you know, I'm gonna bring his back up here. There it goes. Took me a second to get that, but yeah, Ja'Cory Merritt, Gibbs, Harvey, and Henderson all to score a touchdown today. And yeah, he's going big. His parlays are a little bit here. So I know we played him out of order because he forgets game flow or show flow. It's fine. He does. I guarantee he's in the comments like, yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, he is 100%. Hold on. Browns starting Sanders next year is par for the Browns. Like Jody only matters in the bed. Wow.
Oh man.
Oh wow! I will put my $56 free bet from my King of the End Zone on this one. I wonder
Which one?
Wild.
which one, Jen. Ooh, 2.5 sacks today. Over. Okay, is 100% safe. Washington. He's in first full contact. Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah. I'm in agreement.
Man,
There
these
we go.
comments are just
sorry, I
coming
was on
all
the
in.
wrong page for comments today. That's my bad. Hopefully, no. For the best bet.
Best
So
bet.
for the best bet. For the best bet. Okay, gotcha.
That's not a bad bet to
No.
use that. You
That
basically double your money.
Lions Bears over. Yeah,
Yeah.
$56 free bet, King of the End Zone on that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it is time. And it's green, it's soft, it is plushy. Normally, it is the tabletop. There
Bang.
be Duke. I got you first because I know you're trying to get out of here real quick. So what you got?
If I can hop back in, I will. But I just wanted to go take care of it right now. Alrighty. So, I like Jen, incentive-based bets all over the place. Hunter Henry 5+ receptions. I took that by itself because he can make $250,000 with that, and they are apparently going all out today, all the starters, because they want the number 1 seed. Makes sense. The next one is not really an incentive, but history. If Caleb Williams gets 270 passing yards today, he will be unbelievably the first quarterback in Bears history to throw for 4,000 yards. And that's why I like the over, by the way, is because I think that they're going to really try to make this happen. Because it's actually kind of ridiculous that they have not had a 4,000 passer in their history. So give me Caleb, and they have plus money there, plus 121.
The only team not to have a 4,000-yard passer, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. I didn't know that for sure, but yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's kind of sad. Vegas money line. This is a hedge for happiness because if they do end up, even though you can see if the Raiders win I riot, at least I would make some money off of it. So yeah, that is strictly a hedge for happiness that I don't really care either way. Well, I do care. I want them to lose, but as long as the Giants also, if the Raiders win and the Giants win, then I win. So, Marquise Brown talked about this with the only scores. He stands to make a good amount of money, almost $1 million just for 1 touchdown today. Derrick Henry, I took this, so yeah, I did Hunter Henry. Yeah, this is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns at 380. It's his birthday. Let me just give you his birthday stats. The last 2 times he's played on his birthday.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, Rob. I did call that he was going to get 4K this year in week 1.
Love that. And there you go. So you're rooting for 270 as well.
Oh, 1,000% I'm rooting for 270.
Yeah. So 2019 on his birthday, Derrick Henry had 34 carries for 182 yards and a touchdown. And then in 2024 on his birthday, 20 carries for 138 and 2 touchdowns. So those are the only 2 games he's ever played on his birthday. The Ravens. This is a big game. I might even ladder that to 4 touchdowns like he did the other day. He won a lot of people fantasy championships. Diggs, I want to disavow just in case he is actually a bad guy, but he still is playing football today. Diggs, 8 catches and a touchdown for plus 800. He stands to make nearly $1 million today. And those 2 things would actually make him. Oh no, the other one is $1.5 million. Well, he would need 170 receiving yards to get that. I believe. I'm pretty sure somebody can fact check me, but I know for a fact 8 catches gets him 500K, and a touchdown would get him another 500K. So give me a Diggs to get his money, which he might actually need a lot of going forward. But my feeling Pucky, going back to the Avs, I know it's back-to-back, but they are just unstoppable. And I'm riding a little loyalty with the Knights. Parlayed those to 143. In the NCAA, I'll roll through these real quick, and then the NBA. I can only bet UConn when I'm not in Connecticut, so I had to take advantage of it. Give me minus 17.5 for UConn, and then Loyola Marymount. I should probably find out who these. Okay, it's Marquette. Yeah, big rivalry game. UConn is a wagon yet again, and Loyola Marymount, which probably nobody even knows where they play, including myself. They are facing Gonzaga, but they're getting a crap load of points, and they cover 3rd best in the country. Loyola Marymount does. So I'm going back to my well when it comes to that. And I did a little teaser, so I bumped those up by 5 points. And then last but not least, in the association, SGA 25 plus points, and the Thunder minus 9.5. Because if I just took the money line, it wouldn't have gotten to the necessary number that we have. So I just took them on their regular spread, and I mean SGA 25 points is nearly a lock every night. And then yeah, I'll take that. So that's what I got. I'll stick around real quick for any comments on any of those, and then if I can bounce back in, I will. But
no, you're good. I kind of like the 5-point teaser. Loyola Marymount, like the fact that we're even thinking about betting that's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong there. So
I'm
riding your SGA as well.
Thank you. And you should ride Caleb with me. It's just I'm going incentives. Some of them are a little bit crazier than others, but like I had said earlier, a lot of the time these teams really, really try to get these guys paid, and that's what you have to look at, and that's why these sports books are taking some of them off, or not even letting us bet it. But yeah, that's what I
Wild.
got. And if you are a sports book that's doing that, please hit us up, and we will gladly just sponsor you and talk the world of
Yeah,
it.
there's
So,
that. We
yeah.
can talk about all the things that we wish we could bet on.
we
Yeah,
will talk
dicks.
crap about all the other sports books, and then we'll hype you up like crazy.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
thanks.
gonna stay in the StreamYard, but I'm just gonna you can just take me off.
You're good. Yeah, I got you. You're good. So yeah, it's the Duke of Slips, and we got what he's got. Let's see here. Oh, Jen. Oh, she's got her picks. Wow, all incentive based. She's got a video for us. So Jen, what you got for your chicks picks today, man?
Good morning, Just the BetSlips family. This is Jen with my first Chicks Picks tabletop, and it's in 2026. Just have a bunch of singles for you here that you can feel free to use as singles or throw into your parlays if you'd like. I'm going to read them off to you. Hollywood Brown for 1+ touchdown at plus 295. He does have a $250,000 incentive if he gets a touchdown. Derrick Henry for 1+ touchdown at negative 145. Stephon Diggs, 40+ receiving yards, negative 232. He has a $500,000 contract incentive. I believe it's for 30 or 31 yards. It's in the 30s, so I went ahead and put 40+ receiving yards. Riley Leonard for 1+ interception at negative 123. Chris Oladuncan for 1+ interception at negative 209. Myles Garrett for 1+ sack, minus 294. As I said before, he could have the single season sack record for the NFL if he does get a sack. And Von Miller for 0.25+ sacks at plus 254. He needs one full sack for a $500,000 incentive, but I have plus 0.25 or 0.25+. What I do recommend is if you are looking at these sacks, do pay attention to the different sites, the different platforms, and pay attention to the different ways you can bet sacks. If you just take the over-under, they might ask you to go up to like 1.25 or something. So just do play around if you're not as comfortable and familiar with some of the special teams or defensive lines. Know that there are some options for you. But if you want to, I did this one on DraftKings at 0.25+ sacks for Von Miller. So good luck today.
All right. There it goes. Yeah, so she's got that. That's crazy that all he has to do is be a quarter of a sack.
Right.
And he gets that. So a little nuts there. But yeah, and Myles Garrett to get a sack today. That's it's almost like easy money.
That should be a given.
Collins inactive, so my wide receiver parlay is now 100. FYI, I got it. Cool. Well, we'll get to his in a second here, but yeah, all incentives for the chicks picks. We're in there. Give it a go, and hopefully we make some screatch today with everything for Jen. Next is Professor Parlay. He's got a video as well, but while I pop that up, let's go ahead and show his picks so that way you see them before the parlay. 6-minute video, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be crazy town.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Just the BetSlips family? Professor Parlay coming with my parlays for today. You're going to have to bear with me because there's a lot of them. They're all very simple, well thought out, but there's just a lot of them. I have a quarterback one, I have a running back one, a receiver one, and then I have a game, one with a parlay with some wins of teams that really need wins, and then also I throw in my Commanders because it's the last week and I want to bet on my Commanders. But I want to start off with T-Law, 220+ passing yards. He's hit 220 in 6 straight. The Titans' pass defense is ranked 23rd, and the Jags are rolling right now. The Jags are playing for a division and a higher seed, so they need to get this win. I see T-Law easily getting past 220 here. Next, we're going Drake May, 220+ passing. He's hit this in 14 of 16 this season. He's hit in 11 of his last 12. He did this against the Dolphins way back on 9/14. He went for 230. The Dolphins are 18th versus the pass, and the Pats are playing for the 1 or the 2 seed in the possible division as well. With a loss, they could actually drop all the way to the 3 seed, which would not be good for them. Then we're going to go Matthew Stafford, 240+ passing. He's hit 240 in 8 of his last 9. He's going against Arizona's 26th ranked pass defense. He went for 281 back on 12-7 versus them. He's playing for the most important seed of the week. Probably is, instead of being a 6 seed, they'd be the 5 seed, which would pretty much give them a game that they should easily win. And he's also still playing for MVP. I know last week hurt his chances, but I think he comes out those for 300 yards and like 5 touchdowns today. He's right back in the MVP conversation with Drake May. I got this at plus 200 on the dot. Parlay number 2, we're going Bijan 60 plus rushing. He's hit 60 plus in 8 straight. 70 versus the Saints back on 11-23. They're playing spoilers to the Bucks. They'll have nothing more than to knock the Bucks out of the playoffs, and that's exactly what happens if they win today. I'm going Travis Etienne 50 plus rushing. He's hit 50 plus in 7 of his last 9. The Titans are allowing 117.8 rushing yards per game. I think that, and they have like I said, we talked about the Jags have a ton to play for. They're playing for higher seeding, playing for division, playing for possible number 1 seed, which although it's far fetched, it's still possible. And then lastly, RJ Harvey 40 plus rushing. He's gone 40 plus in 4 straight, facing the Chargers, who's sitting all of their starters. And then lastly, Woody Marks 40 plus rushing, 40 plus in 6 of his last 7. Went for 64 versus the Colts back on November 30th. And this Colts team is now eliminated, is pretty decimated. They've been reeling. I think Marks runs over 40 today. Moving on to parlay number 3. I'm sorry, I got that at plus 283 with a boost. So it's 236 and 283 with a boost. Next, we're going wide receiver parlay. Parlay number 3 is Nico Collins 50 plus receiving, 50 plus in 9 straight. He went 10 for 98 versus the Colts back on November 30th. Amon-Ra St. Brown 50 plus receiving, 50 plus in 5 of his last 6, 4 straight. And this is going to be a shootout. Like I said, this game is going to be a lot of points, a lot of yards. Give me Amon-Ra for 50. And then lastly, on this one, we're going Cortland Sutton 40 plus receiving, 40 plus receiving in 6 straight, facing a Chargers team who is benching all of their starters because they don't have anything to play for, where the Broncos are playing for the number 1 seed. So they have a lot to play for still as well. Got this at plus 182, was able to get a boost to get it to plus 200. And then lastly, this is my game parlay where these are 4 teams that need this win. They're heavily favored. Most of them are playing teams that have already set their starters or have been out of the playoffs for a while. And then the last one is the Commanders, but we'll get to that. But I'm going to go Jags minus 6.5. I moved all these lines to where they cover a touchdown. These were all more than double digits, these first 4. But Jags minus 6.5. Jags are 12-4 with a lot to play for. They beat the Titans back on 11:30, 25-3. I don't see anything different today. Texans minus 6.5. Texans are 11-5 facing a decimated Colts team that has just been eliminated from the playoffs. They're starting Riley Leonard, which who knows how that experiment will go. But the Texans are also playing for as high as a 3 seed. I think they can easily cover a touchdown today. Broncos minus 6.5. They're 13-3 facing a Chargers team that is resting all their starters. The Broncos are still fighting for the number 1 seed. They cover a touchdown easily today as well. Patriots 13-3 facing a down and out Dolphins team, still fighting for a division and a higher seed. I think they can cover a touchdown in that game as well. And lastly, because it's the last week, I want to bet on my Commanders. I'm obviously not betting them to win regardless of who the Eagles setting, but I will bet on them to cover 2 touchdowns. So I'm taking Commanders plus 14.5. The Eagles are resting all of their starters. When they played the starters a few weeks ago, they held their own in that first half. They got, the Eagles pulled away in the second half clearly. I know Washington's still running up Josh Johnson, but Washington's run game has been good lately. Krosky Merritt's been running very well, and against this backup squad for the Eagles, I think that they can keep this within 2 touchdowns. They're playing for pride. They're playing for jobs, and I honestly hope they lose for draft rankings. For a draft capital, but I still think they can get within 2 touchdowns. And I got this at plus 336. So I know that was a long video. I am sorry that it took so long. This has been 6 minutes, but it's the last week and I'm going big, and hopefully we win big. These were hot tips for your bet slips. Chase that bag responsibly, and see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I actually made some edits to his thing because Nico is inactive. We nix this, and he goes to plus 100, as he stated right here. But yeah, T-Law for 220, Drake May for 220, Matt Saff for 240. Yeah, they're all starting big. I actually have an escalator similar to that, so I'm digging that. I would have rather him go Woody Marks for 30. So we go 30, 40, 50, 60, but I'm not going to complain with what he did there, mainly because I just don't trust Woody Marks to get that much rushing yardage. Parlay 3, I like it. It's just Amon-Ra, Cortland Sutton, 50 and 40. That makes sense. And yeah, I don't hate the Commanders thing either. I think Dan Quinn's going to have them playing, but like I talked about in the PD of the day, it's just all about whether they pull it off. So yeah, Chris,
Yep.
what do you think?
All about execution. I mean, I bet. I think what 2, 3 of the 4 of these. So I mean, I think the only one I didn't bet was the receiver one. But
Okay.
I mean, I think it's wild. I mean, in a good way, that the Jags could. I know things have to happen, but they could be anywhere from the 1 seed to it's just crazy how well they're doing this year, and I'm excited for them.
Yeah, they could be the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 5 seed.
Yeah, it's just wild.
So or no, could they be the 6 seed? I got to look at that. They might.
I think
They might.
there was a
still
thing on
possibly be
Facebook
the
where they
6th
said
seed.
they could be anywhere from the 1st to the 6th, but I when I went to read it, it disappeared on me. So
Yeah, they could. If the Bills win, the Patriots win, they lose, and the Texans win. The Texans would win the division. The Jags would then be the 6th. They could even be the 7 seed technically. Based on I don't know what the tiebreakers are between the Chargers. Like if the Chargers win, they lose, and the Bills win. It's a 3-way tie between the Bills, the Chargers, and them. I don't know who has the tiebreaker out of that. That's the thing. The 3-way tie could get absolutely insane.
it's just that the whole AFC is just it's crazy.
Well, and this is the thing. The AFC has literally 6 juggernaut squads, and then the rest of the conference is just mediocre at best. And like the 6 juggernauts are Patriots, Bills, Jags, Texans, Broncos, Chargers, and they're all juggernauts for different reasons too. That's what's kind of crazy about it. So, but yes, that is Professor Parlay's tabletop. We'll get to mine. A real simple one today. I've got a touchdown parlay between Travis Etienne, Chase Brown, and Darius Cooper of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's been the 5th wide receiver, but he's been him and Tanner McKee have a great relationship. They had a great relationship in the preseason, which is what won Darius Cooper the 5th wide receiver spot with the Eagles. I expect him to find the end zone. Plus, Chase Brown's been all on it this year, and then Travis Etienne has been a monster. I've got a 14-point teaser. I didn't put what each of the legs is at now, but I will do that for you now. As essentially, I just moved every single one of these teams 14 points in their favorable direction. So the Texans are now plus 4.5. The Packers are plus 26.5. The Jags are plus 0.5. So essentially get a tie goes for the Jaguars there. Browns plus 23.5 versus the Bengals. The Saints plus 18.5 versus the Falcons. Cowboys plus 11. Cardinals plus 28.5. 4 touchdowns versus the Rams. I can't see that happening. Chiefs plus 9.5 versus the Raiders. Eagles plus 10.5 versus the Commanders. Lions plus 17.5 versus the Bears. Broncos minus 0.5, so they just got to win. Patriots plus 0.5, which means they can. I win on a tie there. Bills plus 2.5 versus the Jets, and the Ravens plus 10.5 versus the Steelers tonight. All of them, I moved by 14 points. It was like this. There's no way. Like the Steelers Ravens, regardless of which way you want to go. Like if you want to take the Steelers the other way, I'm with you. Those games are never blowouts, ever. So it doesn't matter which way you go with 14 points. I was just like, the only scenario that a blowout happens in that game is the Ravens beating the Steelers and not the other way around. That's the only blowout I could see. And I can say it's not here in game script. There's no way the Steelers blow out the Ravens.
No.
Like, blow them out. So that's why I was like, I get 10 points that way. But if you want to take the Steelers at plus 18.5, I'm in on that too. Because I don't think the Ravens beat the Steelers by more than 17. Like that's like I don't see anything in my brain that can fathom that. So either way, if you want to go that way, it's fine. I got it at plus 350 for the 14-point teaser. So it's every game today, all 14 games today. I've got on the teaser today at plus 350. And I moved it by 2 touchdowns for crying out loud. There's just no way. QB escalator. As you can see, it's all these. I've layered the yardage. So I need CJ Stroud to go for 180 plus. I know he's without Nico now. Makes a little bit of difference in my head, but I still think Stroud goes for 180. Jackson Dart 190 versus a terrible Dallas defense that is decimated at the secondary position. And Jackson Dart is trying to again prove to the Giants that yes, I am the quarterback that you drafted, and you do not need to draft another one next year. Bo Nix trying to play for the number 1. Give me 200 yards from that man with Cortland Sutton, RJ Harvey out of the backfield, and Troy Franklin. I think he'll get to 200. That's not an issue. Trevor Lawrence, same deal. Get to 210. He's done it all year. Drake May at 220 plus. I'm in on that. They're playing for the number 1. Makes sense. And then I've already talked about Tanner McKee 230. If you're worried about Jackson Dart, which I have been too, I have this also separate with all of these 6. I traded out Jackson Dart for Tyler Shaw. You can go that way too for 190. If you if you don't like the Jackson Dart play, again, I don't blame you for not, to be clear. But that's where I'm at, and I can tell you what I got that at. Give me a second, and I can tell you.
I think with the Jackson Dart is a little iffy, but I feel like if the Cowboys are going to only play like their starters for say a half, I mean, I feel like he shouldn't have a problem.
Well, and that's the reason why I went with Dart. I still think he needs to prove some stuff, so that's the reason why I went there. But if you want to take Tyler Shaw instead, I'm pulling that up now. I got to find it. Which sportbook did I bet it at is the question.
The season is wild. We're betting Tyler Shaw.
Again, but like, all right, so like the only reason why I'm looking at Tyler, JT Pixpro, shout out. He actually has Tyler Shaw for like 200 plus in his.
I mean, he's been sneaky good since he's been in there. Like it's an easy line. I feel like he could hit.
Yeah, over his last 7 starts, he's been averaging 260. So it's not like it's not unheard of.
Because it's like, what Falcons team is going to show up?
Yeah, I got that bet at 1164. So if you want to take Tyler Shaw instead of Jackson Dart at 190, you get an 1164. Very, very similar outcomes. So, but I feel confident on every single one of those to hit. And yeah, there's like every single one of these guys except for Dart and I mean, in a way, Dart's got something to play for, but like Dart and Tyler Shaw technically aren't playing for anything. Tanner McKee's playing for a job next year with somewhere other than the Eagles. Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, they're playing for seeding. CJ Stroud possibly playing for the division. Bo Nix playing for the number 1 seed. So all these guys have stuff to play for. The only one, like I said, Jackson Dart's the only one that kind of worries. Props are up for the Cowboys. I don't think Williams is playing. Okay.
First line.
Well, why not? It's crazy. Like week 18 has become insane from a betting pool, but at the same time,
really has.
Like what do you expect? It's just been nuts.
Like
yeah,
I don't understand why not. You're paying these people millions of dollars. Why are you sitting them? Like,
well, it could be a valuation piece too. Like these guys that are second stringers. Like, all right, let's see what they can do in a regular season game instead of just the preseason where, like nothing matters. So that makes sense. I can agree in that avenue. It's a tough play, but I don't know. It could go a bunch of different ways. I'm in on a bunch of different things there, to be clear. I do want to give. We were talking. If you haven't listened to the rest of the power rankings, I'm just gonna give mine real quick because it's fun. Can we forget the season happened? Raiders, Giants, Cardinals, Commanders. Why didn't we keep Darnold? The Jets. Is Cam Ward actually good? Probably not. The Titans. Our quarterback's going to make us regret not taking a first round quarterback. Browns and Saints. If we only had a defense, Bengals and Cowboys. Kelsey and Reed maybe singing their swan song. The Chiefs wasting money and the best running back, the Falcons. Should we get another pick quarterback in the Dolphins? That what could have been if not for Danny Broken Dimes, the Colts. Why did we not keep Darnold? Part 2, the Vikings. Why can't we win when we need to? The Lions. Someone has to win the division. Ravens, Steelers, Bucks, Panthers. So much promise, and then injuries happen. The Packers. Super Bowl defense, but the offense okay. Eagles, Texans, excuse me. No Mahomes, and still come and still going to come up short. Chargers and Bills. It's got to be better than the Bortles year. The Jaguars. Did Josh Groban actually sing about us? That's the Broncos. If you just believe. We finally decided that defensive coaches aren't head coaches. The Bears. Why do we keep throwing interceptions? The Rams. What is punting? The 49ers. That was relevant up until last night. And then Super Bowl matchup. Let's just hope Malcolm Butler doesn't come out of retirement. The Seahawks and the Patriots. I thought they were pretty good. But what say you as your last call here, Chris?
Man, I just hope that today during football is actually a fun day. Football as of late, the last couple weeks really just hasn't been exciting. I mean, there's a lot of teams playing for a lot of different things today. So I'm hoping that there's scoring, there's just good old fashioned football out there and not just, oh, we're gonna go out here 3 and out, kick field goal, move on. Like
Yep.
I need some action today, like because football lately has been boring.
It has been. I'm with you. I want to go over some stuff from Sports Betting Dime, and we don't really need to show the records today. We'll just kind of I'll flash it real quick. There it is. Okay. And I want to go. Big money is on Cleveland's money line today. Again, that's a 15-point difference, but big money is also on Cincinnati's spread. So they're thinking either Cincinnati's going to cover or Cleveland's going to win. They're not expecting a close game in this one unless Cleveland comes out on top. Green Bay, a lot of money on the money line for Green Bay today.
Yeah.
A lot of big money on there, which is kind of crazy to think about. But a lot of big money on the Viking spread. It's a very similar situation. This is like nobody knows really how to bet. However, the over is getting hammered in this game. The over is getting hammered. Tennessee, everybody's on Jacksonville pretty much. I think the reason why these big money, the money line bets, this big money here is just in case the opposite happens, they're giving up a lot, you know?
Right.
Otherwise, I'm with them. The same with Indianapolis and Houston. Like that makes no sense. That big money difference there, that makes zero difference. 0% in that scenario. Where the spread's actually pretty tight. And a lot of big money's on the under. So maybe go the under there. Both quarterbacks doing nothing apparently. Technically that's big money on the Giants, but again, I'm not. Yeah, I guess big money everywhere is on the Giants, huh? That's fair. That's pretty even. Big money's on Miami. That's kind of crazy to think about. But spread money is on New England. All depends on you can't overly trust big money now, apparently. In these big spread games. A lot of money's on the Eagles today. A lot of money. So we go down. But yeah, that's it. What say ye? Ooh, the public betting record. Okay. Week 17 was not good.
No.
Against the spread, but the total's been mediocre. So here we go. Sharp versus public. The Sharps, so that's where your big money is.
Yeah.
There it is. So there you go. Shout out Sports
There
Betting.
should be.
So, but yeah, this is going to wrap it up for today's show. This has been Just the BetSlips, where we promise you one thing and one thing only every single day, and that is to bring you the hot tips
to help
to help
your
your
bet slip.
bet slips. Go responsibly, chase that bag, and allow us to play you out.
Yo, we in the game talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.